Hey, my name is TJ. I'm a young person in long-term recovery. I'm here today hosting a Recovery Matters podcast with my friend and marvelous Hartford Recovery Community Center volunteer. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Julio. I'm a volunteer for the CCAR in Hartford. I've been clean so far about 2.5 years.
Nice, dude.
I mean, I had it before,
Mm-hmm.
had 7 years, but I relapsed and doing things very different this time. I'm staying away from the places that I'm not supposed to go.
Yep.
I don't go to package store because for a soda. Because I did that before, thinking, I'll go in there and I'm just gonna go for the soda.
Yep.
Next thing you know, the beers started looking good, the nymphs started looking good, so I buy me a 30-pack in a pint,
Yep.
and that was it. I just take off from there,
Yeah.
and I won't even go in. I'll just could go, pass by.
Mm-hmm.
And so far it's working, man.
Awesome.
So far it's working. I don't, I was at a rehab
Okay.
already in the community. I did the 28 and I did the 90,
Yep.
and I had an interview between in the sober house that I'm in now. I said to myself, I don't know if I could do that, man. It's gonna be it's gonna be in the south end and so much stuff going on or whatever, But I'm glad that I did it. I went right in there and I'm still there now. It's going on 3 years, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 3 years. And I mean, you know, I made it to the point where I have to get my network, go to meetings, NAAA, Smart Recovery, anything to just kind of like keep me clean,
Yes.
And I think the hardest thing for me was to tell my mom that I was smoking crack in her room.
Yep.
I mean, when she was gone and she was just wondering what was that smell. I said, oh, I don't know, that's probably next door. It's me blowing up
Yeah.
the room, man, And, that went on till I stopped, really, man.
Mm-hmm.
Calling the detox that day really saved my life because,
Tell me about that day.
well, I was homeless,
Okay.
in 2022, I think, yeah, living in the streets, man. I never thought that I live in the streets,
Yep.
and taking the garbage, looking in the garbage, same thing for food, or drink, just anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Then I just, went to the House of Bread, because they have, take a shower there and eat, and then you go back to the shelter,
Yep.
which is a pain because, I mean, I feel for them people, man, because you have to be there by 7, make a line,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? And then get a number and whatever your number call, just go in, you know. But I I say, you know what? Let me do this, man. I was skeptical at first, because they told me just wait right there and we'll pick you up, and they picked me up and they had to take the COVID test,
Yep.
which was negative, and I just went to detox and I stood 3 or 4 days, man. And and the caseworker at the detox asked me, "Do you want a aftercare or like a rehab?" I said, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Went to the 28 day,
Okay.
and it's there were some challenges there. There was like ups and downs, and I really had to take a look at myself of, is this what you really want? Then, you gotta get rid of this, you name it, my defects.
Yep.
Those were the things that I really wanted to work on. And, I did all that. And the counselor there, the clinician, were very good, very
Yes.
patient with me, because I really have bad PTSD, anxiety, you know. I used to get nervous or fall back when I'm into a room and there's a lot of people, you know. Now I just kind of like, you know what? Let me just go in there and, this ain't bad, you know. Uh so I, ended up going to 90 days,
Mm-hmm.
did that, finished that, and the rest is history, man. You know, I never thought I was going to be clean again, to be honest with you, because I didn't want to quit. I didn't want to quit at all. Man, I don't want to quit drinking, man.
Yep.
Come on, man. You got these holidays coming up and things like that. I don't want to stop, but I did, man. I had to,
Hmm.
and I tell you what, the worst thing that, well, I was kind of like a little shy too, you know, um, telling my mom,
Okay.
be honest with my mom and tell her that, Mom, I was smoking in your room, and the smell was crack. That was like the hardest thing to do, man.
How'd you take it?
My mom, she doesn't smoke, she doesn't drink, she doesn't do none of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so she just kind of like couldn't understand, why people do this, people do that, So I try to explain to her, and she just kind of like, you know what? I'm glad you don't do that no more. And because he knew my dad. My dad did some cocaine.
Yep.
He sold cocaine. I should steal from him. The beard. I ain't the only thing I ain't took was the money.
Yep.
He used to leave bracelets, gold or whatever it is. And I didn't want that. I wanted the liquor,
Yeah.
and the cocaine. I'll take that. Yeah, but I never stole anything from my parents, man. With the with the stuff that I did, man. I'll steal for someone else before I steal my parents.
Yep.
But that's one thing that I never did. You know, uh, when my father passed away, going on 5 years ago, that was tough for me. You know,
Okay.
um, I was worrying about, because I see him go through like uh, very, stuff, that's
Hmm.
really horrendous his health.
Yeah.
And I was worried about my mom because, they've been together 50 years, man.
Yeah.
And I say to myself, but I didn't stay sober. I kept, drugging and all that stuff, man. But, you know, and I was worried about mom, how she gonna be staying, is she gonna be okay? Things like that. Right now she's fine. It took her a couple of years, you know, uh, cause me and mom are like this now, man. I could tell her anything. She tells me everything, and she's got she said a friend, friend, that she sees,
Yeah.
and, I'll say, I'm happy for you. I'm glad,
Mhm.
that,
We all need companionship.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's like one of the bigger parts of recovery.
yeah, yeah,
And you were kind of alluding to that,
yeah.
right? Like trying
Mhm.
to get into that next level of like
Next level,
feeling.
man. Yeah, especially with, other people.
Yes.
I don't have a relationship yet, because I had
Okay.
lost my girlfriend
Okay.
and to the disease of alcohol. I
Yep.
mean, she just kind of like couldn't. I was with her 5 years, and she passed away like a year apart from my father. So it's like, so that was the like the dawn on me. It's like, oh man, I don't want to. I still get in touch, still in touch with her daughter.
Yep.
We didn't have kids. We just kind of like lived together
Yep.
5 years, and that was like the hardest thing, man. It's like, man, my heart was broken. Because she was one that, we share a lot, conversation. That time I didn't care if she, drank. And I just were blind to see that it was really destroying her too, man.
Hmm.
You know, and I stood away from relationship. And still today, man. I mean, I'll talk, to women and hey, you want a coffee? Let's go. But I'm still like a little, I don't know. I got that wall, man, and I need to break that down because it's not fair. You know,
Hmm.
it's not fair.
You think being in the recovery process helps with that?
Um, I don't know, cause I mean, if I do meet someone, if she's not in recovery,
Mhm.
then that's gonna be a tough one for me. I mean, I'll try.
Well, I'm talking about you, right? Getting into your recovery process
Right. Yeah, I'm ready.
and starting to build those like friendships and stuff
Yeah.
like that. And like the things that I think about in recovery, right? Because like, you hear like all the time, it's like you need to make it to a year before you
Before you
start
start
start.
to say, yeah.
Well, there's not, I don't want to say science, but there's like
Mm.
understanding for me today
Right, right.
around that, right?
Mhm.
So what they're talking about is I need to be able to build a relationship with myself.
Right.
Who am
Yeah,
I and what am I?
definitely.
Because drugs
Yep.
and alcohol is my identity forever.
Yep, yep.
And I need real friendships, right? Because when
Yeah.
I was using drugs, like I either used all my friends
Mhm.
or people used me or people used
Right.
with me.
With me,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
like I need to like
yeah.
myself, friendships, I need to learn how to get vulnerable. I need to be able to like discuss what's going on inside of me,
Right,
like
right.
before I can learn that. And like,
Yeah, I mean,
you
I'm
know,
still growing, I mean,
yep.
I just want just kinda like, a companion that, we both disagree, agree, or go out. That sort of thing. I think I'm pretty much inside me is ready.
Yeah.
And then I think about, say, I hope that she feels the same way, and
Mm-hmm.
you never know. So I just, I turn it to God, man. I leave it to Him. Whatever He wants me to do, I'll do it.
Yep.
You know, and I respect God, man. I love God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because without Him, whether the bad days or good days, he didn't look away from me. I did.
Yep.
I turned my back on him, but he was still there. You know,
Yep.
he made me see a lot of negative things. Okay, you go right ahead and see what happens the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, did some bad stuff, and I was feeling not too good.
Yep.
You know, and I'm going to this. One thing I like to get close to God as much as possible. I don't go to church. But I do go to Bible studies.
Okay.
For me, I get more in Bible studies than church. I don't know if that make any sense.
Yes, it does.
Because I love the readings, the scriptures, and I feel it more in the
Mm-hmm.
scriptures than in the church.
So tell me a little bit about your early life. How'd you get into drugs and alcohol?
Um, wow, you're talking about like 20, 30 years. Like my first drink, I think I was like maybe 8, 9.
Okay.
A little Budweiser can. I got drunk and came home, and my dad didn't did anything. I mean, he just kind of like yelled because he's just a big drinker.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to take me. He had a bar, so he take me down there, and you go play pool over there. Just get the beer. Just let nobody see you.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 9 years old. You know, and the first marijuana that I smoked, it was I think I had let me jump ahead a little bit here.
Please.
I was born in New York, but I was raised in Hartford, Connecticut in that era. We came to Hartford like in 79, 80. Yeah, 79, 80. And I remember everything, man, because I didn't want to move out of New York, man. But my dad, um, his mom was passing away, and they only gave her, a couple of weeks, to live and stuff. And he didn't want to drive to New York, so he just said, you know what, let me make her last 2 weeks, you know, comfortable. You know, I went there. We came, and first thing that I saw was my cousins, cause they potheads. They smoke weed, and I didn't know how to smoke weed, so I went with them, smoked a joint. The first one I got high, it was munchies, of course, you know. I mean, they, yeah. And then the cocaine came, in between, because I remember one time, like in New Year's Day, when my uncle was alive, he put me, he said, Julito, they come on, Julito. So come on, let's go to the bathroom. And I said, what do you want me to go to the bathroom for? You know? So he kind of like showed me the bag of cocaine, and, so here, you want some? I said, yeah, took some, you know? And then I was scared too, because when I came out that door, the bathroom, my dad was like across the street, I mean, across the room. And I know he saw me, but he didn't say anything because of his, my uncle, or anything like that.
Was that his older brother or younger brother?
No, that's how you say it? My dad's sister is
Okay.
married to him. Yeah, but they were like really tight, before he passed away. You
Mhm.
know, but yeah, that was like my first introduction of cocaine, man, when I was 18. Yeah, around there.
Are you ready to make a difference in the lives of others? If so, then you should consider becoming a recovery coach. Recovery coaches are trained to help people in recovery, seeking recovery, or struggling with addiction. They provide support, guidance, and resources to help people on their recovery journey. CCAR Training is the leading provider of recovery coach training programs. Our programs are designed to teach you the skills and knowledge, what we call the science, while giving you an understanding of your own art needed to be a successful recovery coach. We offer a variety of training options, most offered online. If you're interested in becoming a recovery coach or just learning more, I encourage you to visit our website or contact us today. We would be happy to answer any questions you have and help you get started on your journey to becoming a recovery coach. We hope you'll visit us at www.addictionrecoverytraining.org to learn more.
When'd you know you had a problem?
Whoa. Oh my goodness. Um, After I did 4.5 years behind
Right.
bars, I went to halfway house in Brooklyn, in Brooklyn, Connecticut.
Yeah.
you know, and I thought I was okay. I went to work and got my own place, this and that. Then I started hanging around people that were doing drugs, crack being meaning one.
Yep.
You know, I say, hey, try this, man. What's this? Oh, you smoke it. Well, but what is it? We call it crack cocaine. Say, okay. And that first hit, what did it? I just took off from there, man. I mean,
Instant spiral.
instant. I mean, you're talking about, okay, after fucking my rant, yeah, just anything, man. Work, I used to just go high, man. Uh, just everything went. And what really, yeah, I spent a lot of money, man, more uh into the crack cocaine than I did in an alcohol.
Mhm.
I mean, I was a drinker, but I was more of crack smoking than I was drinking. And the weed and wasn't doing that for me. The holiday was made me like tired and eat and relax mode.
Yep.
So I needed that crack cocaine to just kind of like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So I needed that, and it's just it's not bad, man. I had some good days, I had some bad days on my childhood.
Mhm.
You know, my dad wasn't the great. I mean, he's the greatest dad, but when he's drinking and all that stuff, because I came from a very violent, household.
Yep.
And seeing my mom get beat up by him every day, really hurt it.
Yeah.
You know, made me feel, say I'm not gonna be like him. I don't want to be like him. And I was worried about my mom because, I mean, she was very fragile, man.
It's not right.
Yeah.
You knew right away that that wasn't right.
No, no, and I remember one time, I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
No, go
I think
ahead.
when I was like maybe 16, yeah, 16, we were living in Hartford, right there in Main Street, and he called all of us in the living room. He was like, he was he was not only drinking. I mean, he was just kind of like feeling it. He probably took a hit of cocaine or whatever it is, but he had us in the living room, and he had a gun, pointing at us. And I said to myself, "Oh shit! Now what? He's gonna kill all of us, and he's gonna kill himself." So in my mind, he was close to the window. We live in the third floor.
Yep.
I was gonna push him with me push him, and we go together down the third floor. I don't want, I wanted to save my mom and my siblings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my older sister, she, jumped in and calmed down a little bit, and took the gun away. But I was just, you know what, man, I was thinking of just kind of like suicide kind of thing, man. I'm jump with you over
Yep.
it was pretty big, man. The window from third floor to down, yeah, it was
It was definitely enough.
enough. Yeah, it would instant contact. Uh, either I would live or he would live or whichever. But I was not gonna, let him kill my mom and my siblings.
Yeah.
You know,
Being so young and exposed to that to kind of like,
Even I even joined the gang
yep.
in Hartford, and
That's what got you more into trouble.
into trouble with the violence and all that stuff. Or I mean, because you had to do something. You can't just kind of like join the gang.
Mhm.
They'll give you a you know they'll try you out. If you don't do what they say, then you know what, you're done. You know, I was not happy with what I did. You know, especially you go to this house and then beat up this dude just because of this, and that.
Mhm.
I couldn't say no, so I did it. you
Yep.
know, but I'm glad that they, you know, dismantled.
Yes.
Because I landed in jail. Phew, I just turned 18, man. And I was just thinking about a whole bunch of stuff, man. You
And
know,
you're like, do I actually want to do this for the rest of my life?
yeah. Do I want to, go back to Hartford? And that's where when I got out 21, 22, and got my own place in Danielson.
Yep.
Lived there for like 10 years. And all I did was just visit my parents on the weekend, and that was enough for me, man.
Mhm.
But I was still doing crack. I was still smoking, because I got up with a couple individuals around there that, hey, I know where to get some. It's, oh yeah, how much? Okay, let's go. You know. So yeah, it was,
When'd you get into recovery for the first time?
oh my goodness. I got into it 20 or 30 years ago.
Okay.
You know, Once I got out of the halfway house, they introduced me, where the meetings are. And you're talking about like the 90s, around there, the early 90s or late 80s, around there,
Okay.
And my first NA meeting was, in Danielson, like a speaker meeting. I was treasurer,
It's cool.
no, because I used to steal it. Not so cool. But I replaced it, but I always, just took the money and just bought cocaine with it, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't sober,
Okay.
Because I didn't know back then that, recovery is everything, man. Recovery is just not only drugs, alcohol, it's the isms, the defects and all that stuff, I
Mhm.
did not know, so I just went. And plus I had 5 year probation too, so I just, that's what made it easier for me of, 5 years before, that. And then what really started it was when I came to Hartford in 2002.
Okay.
Okay. That changed me because that was the year they killed my nephew.
Okay.
Okay. And I just kind of like left everything dancing. Didn't care about nothing, because I wanted to be there for my other nephews. So like that, they don't have to go through what he went through. He was only 16. His brother was 15, and then my nephew was younger. So you know what? I said, yeah, I don't care. I'll just lose my apartment and, my job. And I took it from there. I was down here ever since, you know, um, just maintaining, man, in my mind, I thought I was trying to keep my family together,
Yep.
as far as my nephews, nieces, and everything. And, I just found out and later on in life that I was just destroying myself because didn't want to let go of the crap, you know, or I didn't want to let go of the drinking. Uh, I think, I think I was a happy drunk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I drank, you know, that's why they love me when I drank, because I'm not loud, you know, unless you provoke me, then it will be a different story, you know. But other than that, just let me just feel this buzz, man, you know. Um, but yeah, man, I drink anything, man. Even from moonshine to sangria, you name it, you
Yep.
know. I don't even go to the parties where, you know, my cousins invite me. Because I know me, if I do go, I know I'm not gonna drink soda.
Yep.
I know what they got behind
It's
that
too
bar.
much for you.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. I don't even go to the package store, man, for soda. Like I said, I changed a lot of my recovery this time, you know,
Mhm.
because the last couple of times I took it for granted. You know, I really,
So you cherish your recovery
oh my
today.
God, I embrace it. Yeah, I embrace it more now than I did before.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I had the 7 years, you know, I wasn't, you know, very honest with myself. You know, not going to much meetings, being too complacent,
Yep.
you know, and just not talking at all at the meetings. So my body's there, but my mind is, you know, it's somewhere else.
It's in the gutter.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's that joke they say. It's like your body,
yeah.
you're in here and your disease is doing push-ups in the parking lot.
Yeah, at least something, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I was at, man. Them 7 years, man. I was just kind of like dry, man.
Mhm.
You know, until I say, you know what? Might as well just take this drink and take the next hit of crack, and I just took it from there, man.
Yep.
You were nonstop, man, and I didn't stop till I was getting sick and tired in 2022, man.
Mm-hmm.
All the way from 2002 to 2022, man. You know, I just went off the rig.
Yeah.
You know, wasted a lot of money. Then I got sick. You know, I had caught Hodgkin lymphoma.
Jeez, dude.
Yeah, I had twice. Yeah, twice, and it was that was tough. You
Mhm.
know, seeing your body deteriorating, but that didn't stop me from smoking crack or anything like that. I just kept smoking, man.
Yep.
You know, it would make my stomach feel a little weird, you know, so I had to stop a little bit of smoking crack, you know. But yeah, I was lost a lot of weight, went to chemo, lost my hair, you name it. I was kind of like bald, you
Yeah.
know. And I got a picture of myself, and I keep that with me, you know. But I never know what's going to come again. If I miss one day of my appointment, then I feel like that's the day that you're gonna get it back.
Yeah.
You know, and I just don't. I'm not gonna. I don't want to die, man. You know, so I had to change a lot of things, man, in recovery, and I take that, man. I take that very serious.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people joke about it, and you know, but it's okay to joke, but that's you.
Yeah.
You know, this is my life, man. You're not gonna play, you know, talk in meetings or anything like that, you know, just because you do it doesn't mean I have to do it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I'm learning a lot, man. It's way too in a way.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, you've had a hell of a life.
I'm lucky to be alive, be honest with you. Because half the times I didn't know where I was when I was smoking crack.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I, I was in alleyways, in trap houses, you know, and I just God was with me throughout the whole day, man. That time, you know, uh, he just gave me a chance. I said, "Well, you know what? I'm giving you a chance. What you gonna do?" You know, and that's what I call it detox, man. Detox saved my life. Yep, it really did, man.
Yep.
Because if it weren't for the encouragement, you know, the man upstairs, man,
Mm-hmm.
I would be, 6 feet down. The way I was heading, man, because I tell you, TJ, I was smoking crack like it's just no tomorrow, and I spent
Yeah.
it like almost a G on crack,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and and I knew I had a problem too, man. I just
It was
didn't want to
just
hear
too
it.
much to change
Yeah,
at
very
that
true.
time.
Yeah, because I mean, even though I have to change everything, I have to had to change people, places, and things, man. And there were some things that I didn't want to change. I didn't want to change the places, you know. The people I could, maybe a little bit, but not as much,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I had to do it, man. I just trying, man. I take this very seriously. Recovery, road to recovery, man, because
Yep.
it's what saving me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, CCAR is what saving me.
Yep.
The meetings, the good people that I meet in recovery save me. I just been, so far so blessed, man, with so much, you know, this little time in recovery, and then just try to maintain it, man. It's not easy, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy, man, because I mean, I still have how you say it, uh, urge.
Yep.
It's still there. But I know what to do to, I get out of it quick. I call someone in recovery, or I go straight to the meetings, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I ain't did that before. I when I was 7 years, I just like, you know what? Oh, one hit, I'll quit tomorrow. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
one hit the next day, and I'll quit the next day.
Yep.
So this went on for quite a bit. This time, I just like, you know what? I'm done, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done. I just don't want, I don't want this no more. I want to stay healthy, be with my mom, see my mom. And the relationship with my siblings
Mm-hmm.
it was worse before
Yes.
because they're not influence, it's better now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to change that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'll do anything in recovery to stay in recovery.
Yes.
I mean, this right here, it was the podcast thing. I was kind of like nervous, man. And I say to myself in my head, see, that's what gets me in trouble when I think a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm glad I didn't cancel it or make some kind of excuse not to come here, man. I just say, you know what, let's just go for it, man.
Yep.
This is part of me that I need to expose, man. What recovery is doing for me.
Yep.
And so far it's been good, man. Because I know if I slip, then I'm done. That
You're
one
right back
slip.
off.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
that's what scares me. Even the dark today of that fentanyl killing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I just gotta watch it when I buy Lucy's if I want to feel like banging a pack of cigarettes.
Yep.
Cause they got fentanyl in it too. You know, uh, so I gotta really watch it with that. Uh, so yeah, man. I mean, there were times where I say to myself, man, I could smoke weed, man, cause weed didn't do nothing for me. It just made me relax. You know, but I know me, man. Cause I could have a prescription card.
Mm-hmm.
For my health. That they offered me when I was in a 28 day, and I just said, "No, man," because I know I'm not gonna go for just the weed, man.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That'll follow up there with the beer and the cocaine and all that. So I just
Can't
didn't.
do it.
No, man. Like it was too much for me.
You're a big abstinence-based recovery person.
Yeah, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a blessing, man. I get to know people like you that's really into recovery.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes my life a little bit, how you say it, easier.
Mm-hmm.
And because like I want what they want, what they got. It just makes me chase it.
Yeah, dude, that's really cool.
You know.
Because I remember like us first connecting and stuff, and like one of the things is like, dude, every time I walk in this place, you're smiling at the front desk, happy to be alive, happy to be
Oh
here.
my God. Yeah. I mean.
That's why I asked you to come
Yeah.
on. I was like, yo, this guy's got a good story, and I wanted to hear more of your story too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like share, and have you share that with me. That's really cool.
Yeah. And that's part of me. How you say it? My good ego come out. And that's because I'm still seeing my therapist that I had in 2018.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really
so glad when she told me that that she's going to a new job in the community. She came in like, hey, well, you could transfer over there, and when you get out, you had to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Come on. Dang. And I'm still seeing her, and I'm still seeing, I'm seeing a psychiatrist too, man.
Yeah.
Because I still have, like, I don't know, man. I get depressed a lot, and I gotta get off that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm happy, and sometimes I just want to be left alone. And that's the scarier part for me if I think that,
Yes.
But it doesn't last long for me. Before, it lasts about weeks. Now it just lasts like maybe a day or two.
Yep.
And I'm back to the recovery part.
Back to the grind.
Yeah, so to speak. Yeah.
So if you had to tell, so let me start that over because they can cut, this isn't live. So if you had to give somebody some good recovery advice or inspiration, what would that be?
Keep your head up. Don't let no one tells you that you can't do nothing or stay clean. Yes, you can. Go to meetings, get yourself a network, and get close to that people, man. That network is going to keep you alive. It's keeping me alive. If I, could do it, you could do it too.